Hi, welcome back to Elements in Focus. My name is Grant Soliven, Manager of Advisor Operations, and joining me always is the amazing, brilliant Director of Financial Planning, Rheaume. We're so happy to have you here at Elements in Focus. For those of you that have been watching the show since its inception, we're so glad to have you back. We appreciate the fantastic feedback you've been giving us as Aaron and I and our recording team kind of work through what does it look like to be in front of a green screen, etc. We did go back to the original roots today and we're recording in front of desk cameras, but I will let you know we all will be back with a green screen soon, since all that great feedback has been placed. For those of you that are new to the show, what Aaron and I try to do, along with the rest of our team that are on the show with us, is walk through our elements in focus, which we call our 5 critical elements. So when we're working with a financial advisor, we all know that there's a lot of things that come into planning. Now, there's not one thing that wrecks an entire plan. I'm sorry, there's not one thing that you can have that builds success, all the success you need in the plan, but there's one thing that can wreck it. And so we've distilled that down to these 5 critical areas. And today we're going to talk about your life after work. And one question that Aaron and I get often, and our advising team gets often, is when looking at making a pension decision and whether you roll that out or leave it in the plan. So Aaron, I want to bring this to the front of your table. We have had this a lot when looking at your life after work. So, Aaron, when addressing this, right, where do you start when a family shows up and says, Aaron, I've got this lump sum pension, I've got to make a decision for, what should I do? Walk us through what you're paying attention to and some of the questions you probably should ask.
Yeah, Grant, thank you. That's a great question, and we are always often asked this question. And like I've said many times before, when we record these videos, your situation is unique. And so, again, when you're trying to evaluate whether you're going to take a lump sum or take the monthly pension option, you can't take the cookie cutter approach to find your answer. And so, there is a lot of evaluation that needs to take place on making this decision. And so I would first and foremost suggest that you don't do this on your own, but if you work with FEG, let us help you through this process. If you are doing this on your own, here's some things that you should consider. So what you need to understand is how much is that monthly benefit going to be? So is it $1,000 a month for your life? Does it have a survivor option? Is that 50% survivor option? Is it 75? So once you narrow down which option you take, and if there's survivor option, then you can look at the amount that it's going to pay you on a monthly basis. So for easy math, let's say it's going to pay you $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year for you to take that monthly payment option. Well, now that we know that, we have to factor in a couple things. What is your age? What is the life expectancy for your age? So you've got to figure out where your break even point is. So how many $12,000 a year payments do you need to get in order to take that lump sum? Maybe the lump sum is, $500,000 that they'll give you to not take that monthly pension. Now you have to start factoring in, okay, that $12,000 a month will pay me an X number of years. That will equate to $500,000 over time. You can also look at it, what does it pay for as a return on investment? So $500,000 is paying 12,000 a year. That works out to be a little over 2.5%. So your $500,000 essentially is earning you about 2.5% on a annual basis and paying that pension out. And so there's just a number of factors that you have to consider before making this decision. What does it look like from a spousal standpoint? Do you guys have your standard of living being taken care of by Social Security and other assets? So when it comes down to making this decision, there is a specific process and a checklist that FEG follows, and we would be happy to help you through that. I covered a lot of information real quick, but there is a lot of detail that needs to go into this prior to you deciding whether you're going to take the monthly payment option or the lump sum. So hopefully I covered in generality what you wanted me to cover, Grant. There is just a lot more detail that comes down to it when you're going through this process.
And you did a great job covering it, Aaron. So I appreciate you going through the amount of discussion you did because remember, If there's one thing to take from all of this, from what Aaron said, it's complex. There's a lot of moving pieces, and you have to give yourself time to make sure the decision's being made in your best interest. So oftentimes, I'm sorry, not often, but sometimes Aaron and I see, along with other advisory team members, someone calling in saying, I have to make a pension decision by the end of next week. What should I do? At that point, you're really strapped yourself in a time constraint. You may not make the best decision for you and your family. So if you know you're getting to retire, engage in your life after work, we really preface give yourself some time to analyze the situation deeply because there's a lot of different moving pieces and parts that will play into this decision. So if you're looking for someone or for a team that's going to help you through this, please reach out to us, 800-928-4001. Brittany or any other team member that'll be on the other line and the end of that phone will gladly set you up with a meeting with one of our advisors. And then if you're looking to scan a QR code that's easier for you, you can reach it there, or you can visit us at yourlifeafterwork.com. Thank you for being part of the discussion with Aaron and I today. Look forward to seeing you at the next Elements in Focus, and have a wonderful one.